Remember going to movies? Up until a few months ago, it was actually a real thing. But obviously because of COVID, it's, well, kind of difficult. This doesn't exactly have Dolby surround sound, and it's not even near 4K quality, but you can't beat watching a movie outside for some reason, especially on a very nice summer evening such as this. Nowadays, you can actually enjoy the outdoor cinema experience in the comfort of your own backyard. And I'll show you how I did it. This is the GV1 wireless mini portable projector by BenQ. Okay, that was a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, BenQ sent this out to me so I can test it out and tell you how this little gadget performs. Alright, maybe I'm overselling it using the music, so let's switch gears. As I mentioned, this is a portable projector and it's actually really tiny. Personally, I like the design. It's small, it's sleek, it's modern, it looks expensive, but mainly because it kind of reminds me of WALL-E. So this thing is able to stream your favorite movies using Google Cast or Apple AirPlay, although we'll get back to that in a second. Dual band Wi-Fi connection and direct hotspot, has a Bluetooth speaker mode, built-in smart TV apps, and 480p resolution with a brightness of 200 lumens. But instead of boring you with specs, let's ask the common questions, such as, is it bright enough? Well, only in the right conditions, meaning you'd better be in a very dark room, or if you're watching outside, it better be at night. Is it loud enough? It can be, as long as you're right next to it. It's not really enough to fill an entire room, so my recommendation is to use a Bluetooth speaker. Plus, the built-in speakers aren't really that good. The GV1 also has a somewhat useless feature, which is Bluetooth mode, and that turns the GV1 into a Bluetooth speaker, which I don't really know anyone who would use it. Is the resolution high enough? Not really. At 480p, that's not exactly industry standard, but honestly, it kind of works. At full charge, does the battery last long enough? It does. You can actually stream an entire movie with a little bit to spare. How easy is it to set up? As a matter of fact, very easy. The self-leveling feature is neat, and you use this little dial to adjust the focus depending on how far your projector is. The final question is it easy to use? And this is where we open up a can of worms. First and foremost, you are going to have to use the supplied remote. Within the menu system, you'll see a couple of ways of connecting your device to this projector. To keep things simple, you basically just need to connect the projector to the same Wi-Fi that your device is connected to. Once done, you should be able to cast whatever image or video that you have on your device to the projector. In this case, I'm using Apple AirPlay. However, it's not always that simple. Using AirPlay on YouTube videos is actually fine, but once you start using other apps such as Apple TV, where I'm trying to play a movie that I actually bought, it just would not work. Netflix? Nope. Google Play? Nope. How about Amazon Prime? Okay, this might actually work. Actually, no. Since that didn't work, I tried to install apps within the projector itself. Unfortunately, none of the apps worked, except for YouTube, which was wonky at best. Now my guess is Apple is trying to encourage you to try to use Apple products for your streaming services, and they're doing that by making it extremely difficult to use third-party products. So it left me with one last option, which is to use an actual cable. I tried using a Lightning to USB-C type cable with my iPhone, and that didn't work. Neither did the USB-C to USB-C cable using my iPad Pro. However, I did find a solution, and that solution involves a Thunderbolt cable. Using that method, I was able to stream using my iPad Pro to the BenQ GV1. But honestly, what's really happening is that the iPad Pro is now recognizing the GV1 as an external monitor. The benefit of this method is that you can basically cast or stream whatever it is that you want that's inside your iPad Pro. I know this whole method is kind of like a roundabout way of trying to make something work, but the whole system is still fairly portable. Using this setup, I can take this pretty much anywhere, even outdoors. As long as it's dark enough outside and you have a decent wall to project to, and depending on what type of Bluetooth speaker you use, you can actually have a fairly decent cinema experience. I'm not kidding. But let's be honest, At $379, this projector is already expensive, and it's not really the highest resolution. It doesn't have the best sound. Given that it is small, it's still not worth that much, I don't think. And also, considering all the hoops that you have to jump through just to kind of make it work, well, yeah, let's just leave it at that. I already know someone's going to say in the comments, well, because you're using the Apple ecosystem, that's why. Yes, true, I'm not using an Android system, that's why I couldn't really test it. But as a consumer who uses the Apple ecosystem, when I look at the packaging and it says that Apple AirPlay is okay, then I shouldn't have to worry whether I have an Android device or an Apple device at home. It should just work, especially at this price point. And so if you do manage to make it work, and it does work, it's still pretty hard to recommend. It wasn't as simple as I thought it was going to be, and although it was frustrating, after finding a solution, my kids have been enjoying it. We've been using it outdoors, indoors, during the day. It's a fun experience, but as fun as it may be, it's still expensive. For that whole experience, I basically had to have an iPad Pro, a Thunderbolt cable, projector itself, Bluetooth speaker. That's pretty expensive. Then again, I can use it anytime. And if you are a parent just like me, you know that you are going to spend just about anything to make your kids happy, which is kind of unfortunate. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and also please consider subscribing. And as a reminder, please do check out my podcast with fellow creative Chelsea Horn. It's called the Coffee with Creators podcast, and you should be able to find it wherever you find your podcast. We talk about content creation and social media and all these other creative stuff that I think you'll enjoy. So please come check us out. And lastly, all the things that I mentioned in this video will be down in the description below so that you can find them easily. Once again, thank you for watching. Stay safe and take care of each other.